All right, we are live with a few horses in the arena at the moment. I don't know if anybody will be interested in what I'm up to, but I thought I would at least have the horses out for everybody to watch. Luke's having a nice big roll. They've been out for maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, and a little bit of running around, a couple of rolls like Luke's doing. He's a busy boy. Oh, he's up. He's got to get on grooming duty or something. Playing duty, exercise duty. Anyways, so hopefully that's kind of enjoyable. At the same time, I'm doing a little bit of editing, video editing here. And since I was just sitting here doing this, I thought, well, somebody might have a question or two about that. And if you do, then I'll happily answer them. Anyway, so Luke and Nanners are there, and Lena and Rue are out. Holy smokes, here they come. These two are a lot of fun. I mean, Nanners is young. She's only, I think, 6, right? Luke's 8 or 9. Oh, Lena's getting told where to go. Rue's getting told where to go. He's like, which way do I go? They're having fun. It's been pretty good so far. Oh, Luke got told where to go by Lena. Hello, Susan. So, anyhow. Oh, Luke. Here he comes. It's a reasonably warm evening. Got a little bit of a breeze to it, so the horses. It's been hot all day, and they've all been pretty dozy out and about and stuff. And so I thought I'd just chuck some out while it's cooler in the evening here. Here they come. I like to sort of mix things up a little bit. Oh, here we go. It's a race. Sort of. Oh, thanks, Susan. Yeah, there was an interesting horse. I don't have the opportunity to work with him anymore. Got interrupted with all the COVID stuff. Wow, Rue is really active today. But yeah, he was pretty neat to work with. I don't know how much progress I would have made. Hello, Kathy. In the end, I think it would have taken quite some time. So the video that I put up there was to show, you know, at least one type of session that I did with him, which was to work at the mounting block and to be up higher and have him, you know, used to somebody being up high. Oh, Ruli's yelling. She's yelling at Nanners, which is interesting. Luke's going to come over and do something. What is he going to do? He's far away, isn't he? Hang on a second. There. Internet's a little flaky. But anyways, happily have him handle people being above him. But I would never rode him. I think I only had about a month, and it wasn't an everyday thing, so I didn't have too much time with him. Luke's gonna get a drink of water, maybe. Yeah. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't know where he's ended up at the moment, but he had a rough start. He had a story that, you know, the kind of horse that you don't want to buy. Maybe if you wanted just somebody to be out on a pasture and he could just enjoy his time, maybe, but if not, you know, it'd be a long road. It'd be a big project. Oh, Lena's getting into it. Yay. The willow, yes, Kathy. The willow is gorgeous. Yeah, over top of the pond and everything. So, Love it. There were two. Um, there was another one that lived kind of over there, sort of just right over there, behind everything here. And but it fell over one winter when it got too cold and it snowed and rained a little and then turned to ice and got really heavy and it just fell over. And that was that. Hmm. Okay, I've gone quiet because I'm actually trying to do some computer work at the same time. You can see here I'm trying to do some video editing, and thanks. Um, yeah, so sometimes it requires a little bit of my attention. Just give me a second here while I. There we go. Yeah, so I made a video earlier. Oh, the horses are way out there now. Working with Lena, and it was done in 360. So when doing 360 work, you actually have to convert the files to some kind of usable format, so it requires an extra step. So that's what I'm up to right now. Horses are happy overall. Nothing really to note at the moment. Luke and Lena are grooming. I think Nanner's just essentially been staring at Ruli almost the whole time there, because Ruli's going back and forth, and a little bit pacing. Got a question. Kathy says, how long will you have Rue? Is he there for boarding? I really like that guy. I like him too. I don't know how long he'll be here for. He was only supposed to be here for a month or two. And then, yeah, he's just sort of stayed here. So it's totally up to his owner. It's a great question. I've not really asked her. She just said, can you keep him for as long as I need him there? And I said, yeah, he's got a space here. And so here he stays. There, now he's grooming with, oh, look at Nanner. It's like, get out of there. They're all the way down there. So this is going to look a little bit fuzzy. It's evening here. What time is it? It's about 8 o'clock. Hey, David's here. Hey, David. I was watching over your newest membership upload. I think you've seen that one already, though. Maybe. Missed the notification. Good evening. Well, good evening to you, too. Yeah, I think you've seen that video. I put it up on Patreon a while back. It's a good one, though. I enjoyed it. I watched it again. Thought, yep. It's a good one. Anyways, the horses are pretty happy. I wouldn't say it's even better the second time around. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything, nothing really to note. Anyways, yeah, so I did a video with Lena today, but I did it in 360, and editing 360 video is kind of a pain. It's not a convenient format to edit for. It takes a little while. So while I was doing this, because it's really just tedious copying and re-encoding, sort of turning it into a different type of file. And so, yeah, not boring, but yeah, it's kind of boring. So I thought, well, check the horses out. Anybody that wants to watch them, you guys can watch them. Might be able to do a little bit of Q&A. Oop, here they come. Or not. No idea why they're all down at that end this time. Just where they are. It's a really nice evening. We're supposed to get some decent weather tomorrow. We've got some blue with some fuzzy clouds kind of thing. It's nice. It's a nice evening. Oh, here they come. Luke and Nanners always get such a good amount of exercise. It's always nice to see them running around. I think Rue would like to get in on it a little bit more. And Lena, she'd just like to eat some grass, I think. Rue's going down for a roll, I think. Maybe. Not that interesting, is it? Just a bunch of statues now. Luke's scratching a bit. I think his fly sheet is possibly helping out a little. Hard to say. It's only been a day, but it's an evening thing. It's not on during the day, or to come out in the morning. I just take it off, and when I put them back in a little bit here, I'll put it back on. Luke's pushing Nanners up. Rue better pay attention, because they're coming. Oh, made a turn. Luke says next. Oh, geez. Kathy says, it seems to me that Nanner kind of rules the arena. Is that true? I'm not entirely sure if she does. I think Luke does. I think Nanner kind of has most of the horses in line. But Luke, I think, rules the roost mostly. Mainly because I think Roni doesn't really do anything. He doesn't really care. So docile, he just wants to sort of hang out and not do much, unless it's just the boys, and then he'll play more. Oh, Rue. Those gotta get horses that turn over barrels. Leave it alone. Those things are useful when they're standing. Had lessons on the weekend, and got out the cones and everything. It was a busy weekend. Weaving, figure eights, and turning left and right. All good practice. I don't know why they're all at the back there. It's not nearly as interesting than stay back in the corner. It's hard to get the camera to really see that far. No, we'll get a different view. These are all going to be on that side anyways. Sunset going down is nice. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but sometimes horses use their vocal cords or something when they shake, and it sounds like that character. I can't remember which character it is. I probably better not mess it up. Oh, you heard it? Yeah, it's funny. I think it's hilarious when they do that. Another roll. Oh. Lena says only one cow at a time. Anyhow, so yeah, video work. Thought I'd do a Q&A a little bit. I've been getting quite a few questions in. Mostly I just answer them in the in the comment section, but I thought, well, maybe I'll see what I can answer in a live video. Lena doesn't like Rue. No, she doesn't seem to like Rue. She's never ever around him. Um, yeah, she chases him off. Luke and Ruli and Roni are okay with him. Peggy, Lena, Gracie chase him off. I don't know if Nana does much. She sort of ignores him quite a bit. Doesn't seem to care that much. Oh, I had a great suggestion about the asphalt grindings, and so I'm just looking through comments here. You can see on the computer. You can see that comments that I can see here. So just looking through those, and I had a suggestion about asphalt grindings, which is true. If you can't really put asphalt grindings near like a well or somewhere that needs to have absolutely clean water, um, as they have runoff, and of course asphalt's made of, well, essentially sand and rocks and oil, and so that will leach off here and there. Yeah, so you can't have it near potable water kind of thing, which was a great suggestion to make. I knew that, but I hadn't said anything, so I didn't even think about it. I don't have a well here. We're on city water, so I don't really think about it. And the runoff of this place literally mostly just sinks into the ground, and a little bit, you can see there's a little bit here and there. Kathy says, how close do horses have to be before they recognize one another? Good question. I feel like I've had this question by somebody a while back, like over a year ago. Horses have pretty darn good. I think Nana and Lena are co-grooming. That's unusual. I was hoping they would, actually. That's why I'll put these four out. I don't know how close they have to be. I think that it's not very far. I think they can recognize a shape pretty good. I think they recognize audio cues better, so that's why they call out. So they might see a horse, and then they call out, and the other horse would call back, and then they would recognize the voice a little bit as well. But with colorings, I think they have better recognition ability. Like, I think Lena would be more recognized than, say, Luke, but Luke has a very particular shape. I think horses are very observant, so with their little photographic memories, I think they do pretty darn good at, probably hundreds of feet, a couple hundred. It's a guess. Christina Wood. Hello, Christina. Where are you located? Maple Ridge, BC, Canada. Depending on where you live in the world, I would give it. I don't know what that noise is. The neighbor. Sounds like he's cutting something. Yeah, Canada. If you're not in Canada, if you are in Canada, then I'm in BC. If you're in BC, I'm in Maple Ridge. I don't know if that helps. Live in VA. I think that's Virginia. So yeah, on the west coast of Canada. Kathy says, how long does a horse have to be gone from the herd before they have to reestablish hierarchy? It's immediate. I don't think a horse is gone. I mean, even in the arena with these four horses, I think, an established hierarchy would happen. You take one out, put another in, and then a new hierarchy sort of starts to happen. But they've always got their hierarchy. So, if you were to, there's 8 here, so if you were to number them all 1 to 8, if number 7 leaves, then number 8 becomes number 7. I don't think they reestablish too many big changes. Yeah. Unless, maybe it's one of the boys. I don't know, I've not really thought about it too much. It's good thought, good question. Christine says your horses are beautiful. Thank you. I think so too. I think they're really nice. That's a noisy neighbor. Okay, next question on my question list, actually. Oh, I've heard this one before. Samantha had popped in and said, because they talk about the goldfish that are in the pond, and she said she knew a lady that put goldfish in horses' water troughs to keep down the mosquitoes. And David can attest to this as well. He's here and helps out and cleans waters as well. Um, and it takes a little while. It takes about I'd say, almost a week for mosquitoes to sort of establish themselves. Lena, get out of my corner. To establish themselves and be sort of a pest enough in the water to do something. But by then, especially in the summertime, the water should be cleaned out. And so, in turn, you don't get mosquitoes. If you've got to put goldfish in your water, you're not cleaning the trough and you're not cleaning the water. And I think that's not right. So that was a comment I made. But I hear it sort of often that, you know, some people put goldfish in their water troughs. And you just think, no, don't do that. To each his own. David says, what's with all these for? Just to kind of break it up a bit. I wanted to see if Nanner would do much with Lena. Especially without Roni in there. So they did. They co-groomed. And Luke gets along with all of them. And then, you know, with less horses, I think Rue does a little bit better. You can see he's staying at the back with them a little bit better. That's a good thing. But that's about it. Seen after a vet visit for a few days, there was a bit of an issue, even if the returning horse was alpha. But yeah, well, I think any disruption to a horse's regular schedule sort of introduces issues, kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, if you go for a trail ride, see, you went for an overnight and you came back, would it make a big difference? If it's a herd mentality, like they're out in a field all the time and stuff, I bet it would make some changes. But to the regular barn environment, I doubt it would do a heck of a lot. Hard to say. It's a good question, though. I had somebody I think new pop in and then watch the video of me working with Macaroni in Alco Park, working with a nervous or distracted horse, and she said it worked for me. And essentially, the thing I was trying to teach was how to do a slalom exercise around trees, which you can do in an arena with barrels or whatever. You're just changing direction an awful lot, having the horse draw with you. Kick 'em, Roo. Oh. Anyhow, and she says it worked for her to get her horse to be with her a bit better and be less nervous, but he just keeps neighing a lot. So do you have any answers for that? And it's a hard one, you know, for horses that call out and want their buddies with them and stuff like that. It's not an easy thing to get them to get past. Just got to be consistent. Hey, Ida. Be consistent and keep working with them. Keep encouraging them. Lena just got told where to go by Nanners. Hey, Missy, you finally made one. Yay. And I just said, just keep reassuring, um, keep trying to keep your horse busy, have your horse be with you and be okay with being with just you, kind of thing. And it's a good question, and it happens. You go out and the horse just never gets quiet. It takes a long time to get quiet, but the busier they are, the less noisy they can be or will be, and that's a good thing. It's good practice. Luke says, "Stop! Don't move." I always find this stuff really interesting because, we don't do this as humans. We don't nibble on their legs or grab their dock and make them move around. Luke's pretty accurate, so I like to watch him quite a bit. Kathy, sorry I haven't got an email back to you just yet. I'll get to it pretty soon, but Manners wandered off. So they're finally coming up the arena a little bit. On a related note, I can almost start my edit. I'm just waiting for this last uh, uh, video to process. Did 60 video with Lena. So that'll be up hopefully, maybe tonight, probably tomorrow. We'll see. But I'll probably make it a normal video as well, because I know not everybody likes the 360 videos. Talking about riding. $99 and $100. That's it. Okay, so whenever you do 360 videos, in case anybody actually is curious, you have to process the 360 file first, and then it becomes an editable file, a file that can be edited in a editing program. So that's my next step. Well, these guys are busy, eh? Should Luke groom or not to groom? That is the question, isn't it? I don't know what he should do. He should keep being busy. Yeah, not too much going on. You guys don't ever get to see this process, I think. I mean, unless you do this kind of work. But the funny thing about, let's see if I can get this to work. The funny thing about working with 360 video is that initially it looks like this. It looks like this weird extra wide sort of strange because it's a 360 video, it has to fit in the left and right and top and bottom and all that in one whole frame. So from here I can, Selena's head is here and I'm here, and then but essentially it stitches across. Anyhow, pretty neat stuff. So that's my project to work on this evening. Is this. Now, one of many. Horses are just grooming anyways. All right. Ida says, what was it all about when Lena and Luke were neighing to each other? It's flattened 360 video. Yes, it's flattened. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a couple of skeeters out here. Starting to come out. Why were they doing that? Well, they do that when they get food. And, you come up with these bowls of just a little bit of food kind of thing, and they love it. They love it so much that they just, they make these noises that just say, hurry up, or please give it to me, or whatever they're saying. It's just sort of a cute little noise. Yeah. Huh. It's adorable. Yes, it is. It's super adorable. Yeah, I don't know if the horses are really going to do much other than be in the back corner and groom, so it might not be very interesting. We'll go a little bit more here. Skeeters are starting to come out, so I'll probably put them back soonish. And hey, Isis. Wander inside myself so I don't get chewed on too much. But yeah, that nickering sound is super common. Yeah, you experience it a lot if you're around horses and feeding them delicious, tasty food. Yes, Ruli is pacing away a little bit. She's talking to the others, and now she's eating, Ruli's always been a bit of a pacer. From my understanding, she's been like that for most of her life. So her paddock is always a bit tailored to make sure that when she does pace, she paces on rubber mats. So. But yeah, she'll come out and try to talk to the other horses. But everybody else is calm. The girl's over there, Peggy's eating, Gracie's somewhere behind the willow tree. Just eating, chilling out. But yeah, that nickering is a favorite. A favorite sound. Kathy says, do you have an airport close by? Yeah. We have small airports close by. I think there's 3. So there's Langley, Pitt Meadows, and I think there's one in Mission. Kamloops is a long ways away, so that wouldn't be very close. Our big airports are in Abbotsford and Vancouver, or Richmond. They're a ways away. Yeah. But the little airports are, they're all over the place. We got lots of little airports for all the little tiny planes. Bickering, yeah. Yeah, I saw your response to that is something along the lines of maybe it was mispronounced. It is funny now that you say it that way. Anyhow, the skeeters are coming out a little bit more. Have I been doing anything special with anybody lately? I helped Wendy ride Ohana. I did. Yeah, I've been doing stuff on and off still with Ohana. When David rides with Lena, I usually go with him. Last time I rode Luke, and a couple times before that I rode Ohana to give her just, some more practice and stuff, and keep working on the things that she's already learned. I don't want her to let it go, but she's such a good horse. Honestly, just makes me look good. I was working with Lena today. What else? A couple of feet things. Just trying to keep up on Gracie's. She's now looking. There, she's right there. I guess Peggy kicked her out of the shelter she was in. They go back and forth a lot. Anyhow. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything too special at the moment. Been trying to fix up the place. Obviously the fencing, that new gravel, been working with that. Working on the back a little bit. So there's lots of little projects to do. All right. And yeah, Wendy did great. Ohana did great. Ida says, quick question for someone who has essentially not ridden a horse for the last 15 years and has fibromyalgia. How do I prepare so I'm not sore the next day? Oh God, I don't know. Preparation. I'd say stretching and exercises are great. You'll want to make sure your hips, your core, and in general, your thighs. I would recommend maybe staying out of the stirrups. You'll really save on your joints by not being in stirrups, and just walk. Just do a nice light walk. Stay balanced. But I don't know exactly for that, but those would definitely be my all-around general suggestions. Stretch really well, drink water, make sure your body is prepared for work, essentially. Exercises you can do, you can get a yoga ball and balance on that. Sit-ups and stuff, like things that increase your core strength, are always very helpful. Yoga, Pilates. Yeah. David says, do you have any horse shuffles planned? They're all solo, say Peggy. I don't have any at the moment. I have been thinking on it though. It's a good question. I'd probably shift around Rue, Luke. The thing is that Ruli does really well with Roni. Stays very calm. She paces the very least because she's a pacer, but she paces a lot less. Oddly, just with him around. I like Nana where she is. So yeah, if I was going to move anybody around, Rue, Luke, the girls, Lena can move. I don't know. I could put two up front as long as they're tidy. I don't know what these two are doing. Just wandering around. Luke's on exercise duty. So it's a good question though. You're welcome, Lena. Hopefully it helps. Yeah. The places that you'll be mostly sore, really your hips and your core, your thighs, probably. And hopefully you're not using your hands and arms too much, so those will be fine. Maybe your neck. Maybe you might, from keeping balance, you got to carry your head around. Heads are kind of heavy. Yeah, maybe. It's a good question, though. I'm going to have to look into that. All right, everybody. I think the skeeters are starting to bother me a little bit. Not a lot, and these guys aren't that interesting. And I don't even think I'm that interesting at the moment. But I thought I'd have you guys come out while I worked a little bit at my computer and watch the horses with me. It's kind of nice. It's a nice evening. Certainly not raining. That's definitely something we can be thankful for. So, but that's it for now. Been about an hour, 40 minutes. That's not bad. Not bad for an evening live stream. Poor you, mosquitoes are not fun. Well, there's a little breeze now, so actually the mosquitoes have a hard time flying around in a breeze. But yeah, I'm going to put Luke's fly sheet on pretty soon here. That way for sure he'll have less skeeters on him and less flies chewing on him. Hopefully it'll help. We'll see. Came in when he first came in, he was sort of itching quite a bit, so. I've wondered if a foal so Kathy says, I wondered if a foal whose mom is alpha would have an advantage later on with status. Gee whiz, that's a good question. That is a good question. I would guess yes. I would guess that they would. Yeah. Not sure, not entirely sure, but I would think yes. Missy's off to bed. Cool. I'm off to my office pretty soon. These two are just fun. I really enjoy watching them. The two bays. Luke's gonna cut her off. Look at that. He's round penning her from the outside. Watch out, Lena. Nope. She met him head on. Says, what do you want? See, that stuff's interesting. It's not quite what he wants, or he wouldn't keep chewing on her, I think. Oh well. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming in. It's great to have you. Hopefully have yourself a good evening or a good night or wherever you are. 11:30, yeah. It's bedtime. Thanks for popping in, David. I'll talk to you soon. And see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye for now.